We're going to now have our panel discussion. We have three podcasters. We have Dot and Stephen and also John. So if you have questions, we'll go back and forth. Diane, would you please pick questions from chat? I've got the first question here. The most watched YouTube videos are YouTube Shorts at 15 to 60 seconds. These often have standalone content with links to longer videos. Is there anything like that in the podcasting world?
Absolutely. You can do a short podcast. I have a friend who will do short clips for 1 minute to 2 minutes. How about you, Stephen?
Yeah, I've seen quite a few of those too. And I've thought about doing something similar. I'm trying to think about doing a YouTube channel, and I'm thinking something like that. Just short clips would be the way to go. So I'm still kind of playing with that in my mind, but I'll figure something out.
I'm curious what John has to say about that too.
I know I've seen on Instagram, I will take a small soundbite from one of my interviews, enough to tease them and play that. And then they can hear that and go, oh, you know what? That does sound like something I'd like to listen to. And then the link is included and they can go to it.
Excellent. And I'm looking to see if there are questions in chat. So far, I do not see them. Are there other questions from the folks on site?
We have one more. We have two more. Excuse me. Follow-up platform. What do you use?
Do you mean a hosting platform for our podcasts?
No, when somebody wants you to speak, and then you have to remember to follow up with it.
Okay. I have the old school reminder. I have a journal that's very similar to, if you may be too young to remember this, but there was the Day Runner, which is a great big planner, like a calendar planner, and I write it down because I'm old school and that's what I do. What do other people do?
I do the same thing, but it's electronic. So I access it either from my PC or my phone or my tablet. So if I'm talking to somebody and they want it, I can put it in there right away and I've got it.
Yeah, I use a calendar. I'm not very organized. I'm a little bit like a Super Bowl out of a leaf blower. So next bright shiny object, if someone calls me, I contact them and we record the next day rather than plan out a long ways, because that's not my skill set.
Me either.
Down for those bright shiny objects. Did we have another question too?
Yes, we do have one more.
Can I just say it?
Okay, we're going to have Sarah French say it.
Hey, Dot.
Can you hear her?
Hi. My first question originally was, who listens to podcasts and why? But you addressed that to some degree. Well, you addressed it at the beginning when you said entertaining, educating, learning new things. But it leaves me with, I'd like to know more about that. But also, I'd like to know, what's the motivation to create a podcast?
There are so many answers to that. And I can start it by telling you that I was doing a community radio show and I wanted to keep broadcasting. I'm a broadcaster by profession. Well, you get to be a certain age and people don't see you in the broadcasting profession. But in podcasting, you make your own choices. I'll add to that what I was saying before, that my passion is for finding out about creativity at the intersection of art and science. And this lets me talk about it all the time. How about you, Stephen?
Well, for me, when COVID hit, being a speaker, I was getting a few speaking gigs online. Being a professional magician, that pretty much dried up. People just weren't together in big groups, and it's kind of hard to go pick a card over Zoom. So, so I thought podcast might be a way to go. And like I said, I spent a lot of time researching, but I got to tell you, I have never had so much fun in my life. The people that I meet, to hear their incredible stories and the things that they're doing in their life has just been phenomenal. So I'm sticking with it.
Me too. How about you, John?
Well, obviously I'm in it for the mansion and the yachts, but I actually don't get any money for my podcast, so I'm just there to help people. But for me, it's been a great way to meet some people that I really respect and say, I've got a podcast. Would you like to talk with me? And so I got to talk to a man named Tim Warwick, who is an international championship barbershop quartetter that I really admire. And I got to speak with him for a while. And Rich Gannon, who was a Vikings quarterback. And it's been a nice excuse to get to talk to some of my heroes that way. but I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to help people become more confident.
And we didn't actually address Sarah's first question, which is why do people listen to podcasts and who listens to podcasts? I would say anybody. A lot of times people running, walking, doing something around the house that's boring them half to death, like washing the dishes, will listen. What do you find your listeners are doing?
I think that that's exactly it. They want something. They need that input. They need that feedback or whatever, and they just want to become a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser, a little bit more entertained.
How about you, Stephen?
Yeah, same thing. People looking to get unstuck in so many different ways, and so many of these stories help them. And I get feedback from people, the interview you did with so-and-so just really got me able to a point where I could move forward. So I think we need to wrap up.
I think we do. And thank you to everybody for your fantastic questions. I want to hear these podcasts. Thank you for including some, Miss Sarah.